Alright, hello everybody and welcome back. So today I'm going to be offering some insights on the twin flame journey from my experience. Now, I've been on the twin flame journey for a total of 7 years now, so it's been a pretty long time, and I've gained a lot of insights since the last video I made. I made this video about 4 years ago when the twin flame term was still kind of popping off a lot now. You know, you see MGK, and Megan Fox, they talk about twin flames a lot. Those are like a celebrity couple that you can see, using the twin flame term. There's also some celebrities too that do talk about it, but since I've made that video, it's been popping off, right? So this is a part 2 to that video, and I'm going to be sharing the insights that I've learned since that video. Right, and I know in that video I talked a lot about the divine feminine and what I was noticing there. And so being on the twin flame journey, right, I would say that the number one thing that I had to learn again and again was to trust. To trust that the inner work that I was doing would pay off. Right, to trust that no matter what I was happening in my reality, right, no matter what I was experiencing with my twin flame, whether it was separation or not talking, not speaking, running away, right? Trying to ignore them, trying to not like them, trying to forget about them, right? Try to convince myself that I didn't want them. The number one thing I had to take away from that was, again, you just have to keep doing the work. You have to keep continuing. I remember when I first met my twin flame, she was like, I don't really believe in God. I don't believe in God. Even like the universe was still a term for her, That's what she used. She didn't want to have a relationship with God. She was hurt there. And I recognized that, when she was telling me all of this, I was kind of like, well, I have a relationship with God, so what's going on here? But then I began to recognize like the deeper things that were going on, right? That I still had a lot of upsets with God. And so that's what she was reflecting to me, right? And I never really thought that I would hear, the word God or relationship with God, source, divine, right, whatever you guys want to call it, come out of her mouth. And then one day she was like, you know what? You made me want to have a relationship with God. And that was something that I was like, oh my goodness. I'd been waiting kind of for that sign, right? But I was recognizing, on the way, as I was doing my inner work, I could see her over there, and I was like, I think she's having a relationship with God, right? But I was being gentle with her because, a lot of the time you just have to have compassion for your twin flame on this journey too. You know what I mean? Your twin flame is going to go through things. You have to recognize that they're still like discovering their connection with you. Right, like I had to do that. Like I had to really discover my connection with my twin flame, because at first I didn't recognize her. At first I was like, this is too good to be true. Like it was just I had to move through a lot of confusion. But the more again that I did the work, the more I was like, oh yeah, this person is my twin flame. You know what I mean? And I had to have patience though with that. But when I was doing the inner work, I could see my twin flame reflecting all of that back to me. And it was very attractive. It's very attractive when your twin flame is loving themselves, right? And I was just seeing me, right? I was seeing me in my twin flame because we're one, right? We're not separate from each other. And so, the more that I was working on myself, the more that she was working on herself. And that attraction, that connection just keeps growing and growing, right? In the past 7 years, that I've been on this journey, it was all about like the relationship just keeps growing, right? And it's not just with my twin flame, right? It's with my life. It's with my life purpose. It's with my finances. The twin flame journey is so much more than just your twin flame, right? That's another thing that I had to realize, because I came into this journey and I was like, you know what, I just want my twin flame, blah, blah, blah. But I went on to it more and I was like, yes, I desire and I want my twin flame, like I desire my union. But I didn't recognize that it was so much more than that. And now it's like, well, I desire my whole life to be harmonious, right? I desire my whole life to embody like my union. You know what I mean? That's something that I had to develop over the 7 years, because at first just started out with, oh yeah, I want my twin flame, you know, and I had to come to the deeper understanding that it's so much more than that, right? Because once you have your twin flame, what do? Right? You share your purpose together. You do things together, right? You start to live your life as one being, right? In two bodies, as you know, Jeff and Shalia say. They say it's like two birds. Wow, I can't even say it. Two wings, right? The wings of a bird. So your twin flame, you, and then the bird, right? Just cue that animation. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I did that. Anyways, but that's like the recognition that I had to come into. Oh my gosh, when I'm healing, so is she, right? When I'm doing all these things, when I'm choosing to go deeper into my life purpose, she's doing that too. You know what I mean? And I'll give you a prime example right now. So I'm choosing to go deeper into my life purpose, right? I'm really making that choice. I'm really, you know, embodying that and choosing that for myself. And my twin flame, she loves making jewelry, is insane at making jewelry. I don't know what what she does, but that's just her thing, right? But she made me this bracelet, okay? In like 2 minutes. And it's crazy, right? Like, I have a bracelet for my twin flame, you know, but it's just the signifying of the choice. You know, you make the same choice together, right? And once you have that understanding, nothing else matters, right? So you don't have to doubt if your divine masculine is thinking about you, right? You don't have to doubt if you're ever gonna come together. You know what I mean? Like, watch part 1 of my video, right? It's gonna explain more, you know, about me. But I'm so much different than I was. You know what I mean? I was like, again, so set on my twin flame, and I just recognized that it's so much more than that, right? And recognize too that you just have to keep going. Like, you have to keep doing the work. The twin flame journey is going to be challenging, right? But it doesn't mean that it's not gonna be easy. You know what I mean? Even though it's challenging. I know that was like a tongue twister, but it's really the truth, right? Even though it can seem challenging, once you recognize that your twin flame is one with you and you make the same choice, all that goes out the window. And you're like, when I change, so will them, right? And I've seen that with my own eyes. I've witnessed it, right? I make a new choice, and so does my twin flame, right? And I see the change in her too. You know what I mean? And so if you're changing, you're loving yourself, you're evolving, like, your divine masculine recognizes that, and he is drawn to that. You don't doubt yourself. Don't doubt the connection. It will happen in due time, right? But you just have to have that patience and commitment. And commitment is a big thing. You have to be committed to yourself and to the inner work, right? If you're not committed to that, if you're kind of, you know, oh, I just want my twin flame, that's not going to get you very far, right? You have to commit to the journey, and it's a journey to self first. I'm repeating this because that's what I had to learn too. You know what I mean? And I recognize that that's what the twin flame journey really is about, is a journey to self. And the more that I embodied my divine self and chose that, so did my twin flame, right? And I recognize that within her, and that's what helped me recognize her even more as my twin flame, right? And so if you're doing that, your divine masculine will do that, will do the same there for you, right? And they will only fall deeper in love with you. I promise. It works 150% all the time. You just have to take that step, right? And if you're struggling, if you do need support on this journey, check out our free introductory course, okay? It's in the link below. It will help you. And if you do want even more help, we have certified ascension coaches and master certified ascension coaches to help you. Reach out to us, right? If you do want to work with me, I'm Drake. You can request me and we can talk, all right? But, you know, like I said, this journey is meant to be enjoyed, right? It's meant to be fun. It's meant to be easy. And it's easy when you have the right support. And I promise you, those results will come, right? You just have to have faith and trust in the process. But as I did the work, I got closer with my twin flame, and that attraction, you know, it's just building. You know what I mean? Like, when she gave me this bracelet, I was like, ooh. I told her to make it for me, but still, still, like, that's just a big thing in itself. Okay, and so you can have this too, whether your twin flame makes bracelets or whatever he does, you know what I mean? He might not make bracelets, but, you know, you can have the same thing, and it's for you. If you're ready to get started, just click the link in the description below. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.